from the 1987 album, Hurricane Eyes, something like that. Well, thanks for checking out the video. Today I'm going to be talking about a wicked album, a band that I don't want to say neglected, but I haven't done many videos on. I've done a whole video about Japanese metal, and this band of course was included. One of the most popular band, one of the oldest bands, and definitely one of my favorite Japanese heavy metal bands, Loudness, with the 1987 album, Hurricane Eyes. This is the third album, third for Atlantic Records, and it's their third English release for Thunder in the East. And then came Lightning Strikes, and in 1987, Hurricane Eyes. This is where I first heard of them, in 1987. The songs off of here are amazing and everything. And it just had some amazing songs. I mean, they kept their lineup change. They kept their lineup the same and consistent until 1988 when they got Mike Verska to sing for them. But anyways, enough about that. Let's get into this dang album. This is definitely one of the most coolest bands. The song off the album is called SDI. SDI stands for Strategic Defense Initiative. So basically it's about the space program, space weapons and stuff like that that they were doing back in the early 80s to mid 80s and stuff. Anyways, it's a combination of things the song is. It's a wicked fast-paced song, and it's an awesome song. It's about war, and they throw in a World War II little thing. I don't know if people caught that, but one of my favorite parts, one of the parts I mentally envision, and I picture like a bunch of like the U.S. planes, the F-4F Wildcat or Hellcats, coming along, and there's just a bunch of them, you know, during World War II, and either to take out the Yamato, and or just attacking in general. But I picture that whole scene, and the parts where it says "Angels of Death are marching closer. Last end meal is here. In the land you'll see no more," like nuclear war, the bomb blew up the city. "In the land you'll see no more. I'll see you in hell. They call it war," and then echoes, "They call it war." And it's like, okay, so this was way before YouTube, way before anything, and I was thinking about the song, and it was probably like late 80s, and I was like, oh, I'm picturing that. "Land you'll see no more. I'll see you in hell," because they're referring to, I guess, the U.S. military is like, okay, you committed an atrocity here, but of course we committed an atrocity too. We're going to hell too. All the bad things that Japan did during World War II. I'm not trying to get political on this, but that's what I envision and picture when I see that song, "I'll see you in hell." They call it war. So, and then that's the other part, we're like, oh, hey, they call it war, because that's the English word for war. The Japanese word for war is senso. Senso. And no, I didn't just recently Google that. I know it because I speak a good amount of Japanese. But anyways, let me just say that it's a wicked song that is just really a cool, weird, emotional part that just gives you chills and makes you think about, you know, the past and how and what happened and stuff like that. And basically SDI is also what can happen in the future, because once again, the whole thing throughout the 80s, well, what if nuclear war happens? What if nuclear war happens and stuff like that? So that's what that whole song is about. It's an awesome song. It's kind of, I guess, a political song, so I had to go on that tangent, I guess. Anyways, wicked song, heavy song, later. Now, Night Flight would show the video for Rock and Roll Crazy Nights, but MTV, I never saw it in Headbangers Ball. Never did. But anyways, This Lonely Heart, the video for that is just a wicked video. It shows them out in the desert. It shows the Japanese flag behind them. Even though they're using the Imperial one, they kind of should have, I guess, used the regular Japanese flag. They're using the naval flag, actually. It's known as the Imperial Japanese Navy flag, or the Japanese Navy flag. They just kind of kept it. So that's their Navy flag, and that's sometimes used, but primarily the regular one is used without the rays on there. You know what I mean? Anyways, that song is so wicked and awesome. You know, everybody talks about some of these guitars with the pinch harmonics and just the wailing with the whammy bar. Akira Takasaki was doing that for many years, and of course just was inspired and influenced by Eddie Van Halen, that's for sure. He admits that and states that. And you can't compare Loudness to Van Halen, but they were just very similar to that in guitar ways. Just like when they opened up for Motley Crue, they were very similar to Motley Crue to an extent, not like Motley Crue, but it was perfect that they toured. Third song off the album, Rock and Roll Gypsy. Not sure exactly what they mean by Rock and Roll Gypsy. I guess maybe because of all the traveling and the live shows and stuff, the continuous traveling, and I guess it was part of their dream and new thing to make it into the American market, just like with a lot of bands that come from distant shores of foreign countries. So anyways, he states in the lyrics, you know, give me a chance to blow you away, and you could just tell and feel that's what the song is about. It's a really cool song, and it's a song about their positive dreams of becoming and being accepted into the American audience. And I just think it's a wicked song. Is one of the ballads off the album. It's definitely the best one. It's the better one. And In My Dreams is this cool, slow ballad, and once again, there was really no specific music video for it, but it's a really cool song, and it's a really cool ballad. I really love it. Then the song Take Me Home Right Now, or Take Me Home, and that's a really cool song. I like it. It's not incredible. It's a regular simple song, but it's just a very good song. That's very good. Has a good groove to it. I really like it. The first song on side 2, song number 6, Strike of the Sword. What an incredible, amazing, fast, wicked song. The pick scrapes on that song, Minoru's vocals on that are incredible. And just everything about the album is just, everything about that song is just awesome, wicked, fast, blazing song. In This World Beyond is a pretty good song. I'm flashing through these because I don't want the video to be too long. Brought This Way, In This World is pretty good. Hungry Hunter is like a slower, heavier one. It's good. It's a good song. I do like that one. And then So Lonely. So Lonely is the other ballad that's off the album, and it's good, and it has that slow kind of feel to it. It has that ballad feel, but In My Dreams is definitely better than So Lonely off of this album. It's definitely it's a better ballad. So Lonely is the back of the album, and I'm going to pronounce these names. I'm not going to say I'm going to butcher them because I do speak a little bit Japanese, so I'm going to say the names right. It's probably going to bug some people. Minoru Nihara is the vocalist. Akira Takasaki is the guitarist. Masayoshi Yamashita is the bass player. And Munetaka Higuchi is the drummer. Was the drummer for this album. I did a whole video for tribute video off of my Ray Misaki account. You're just gonna have to go into the Munetaka Higuchi site. Not that anybody's watching this towards the end, but if you are, thanks. There's a lot of dick faces, don't. But I did a whole tribute video, and it's under my Ray Misaki account. So you look up Ray Misaki or the Munetaka Higuchi tribute video. It's on there. It's a slideshow video I did with some of his songs and some of his drumming and stuff like that. It has like a lot of views. It's one of my most viewed videos ever. But it's definitely not one of my main videos. I just pretty much just sampled the song and then sampled pictures and stuff like that. But that guy was an incredible drummer, and he's awesome. So I'm just going to call this the Loudness, but sometimes I have to express myself, and sometimes I get a little bit irritated with shit. And I just wanted to get it off. I just wanted to get that off of my chest, and that's off my chest. check out Loudness band. It's an underrated band. They're definitely one of the best bands. They are the best band from Japan. Better than the ones that are before them, like Bow Wow or Vow Wow. And they're definitely better than the most popular band from Japan, X Japan. X Japan doesn't have shit on Loudness. I don't mind X Japan, but X Japan doesn't compare to Loudness. Simple as that. Have a good one.